Good morning. This is Mr. Hebert, and this is a short little tutorial on how to use the isometric drawing tool. The first question is, why are we even doing this? Well, in Introduction to Engineering, we are going to learn how to solve problems by building solutions, and to build those solutions, we first draw them to kind of conceptualize what we're trying to build. So this is just a tool that we're going to use from time to time to help us better understand three-dimensional space and how to represent objects that we will then later build. So today you're just going to be having fun, and I'm going to take you through some steps. You're going to build anything you want and submit a PDF of your drawing. So let me show you the basics here. Try not to get frustrated. So we have two tabs at the top: Create and Inspect. All right, Inspect is just for looking at your drawing, kind of changing the three-dimensional view if you're looking from the top or the front or the side. So we want to start on the Create tab. Now, the main buttons that we want to focus on the top left, you'll see it's highlighted, is the cube, Add Cube. Now you can change the color. If I want a red cube, I tap red. If I want a blue cube, I tap blue. And then all I have to do is touch somewhere on the screen. You can even hold your finger down and drag the cube into position, and notice it's blue. Now let's say I want to add a red cube on top. I would switch to red and touch the top face or the top surface of that blue cube. Now let's say I want to add a yellow cube to the left side of the blue cube. I touch the left face of the blue cube. And finally, let's say I want to add a pink cube to the right side, so I touch the right face of the blue cube, and now I've got a little construction which I can inspect. So I'll click on the Inspect tab, and I can rotate it around in 3D space. All right, and after you rotate, you can always reset the view back to what it was. Now go back to the Create tab. Now I'm just going to show you a couple of tricks to help you if you make mistakes. One is the eraser tool. Right? It's highlighted right there. Once you have the eraser tool highlighted, all you do is tap on whichever cube you want to erase. Okay? The other tool next to the eraser tool, the pointer, is used to move cubes. So if I want to move, let's say I want to move the blue cube, the pink cube on top of the red cube because I put it in the wrong space, I could select the pink cube and I need to move it up, so that would be the Z direction. So let's go. I'm clicking on the arrow where it says Z-axis position. You can see the slider moving at the bottom of my screen. And then I need to move it in the Y direction. So let's move it in the Y. Oh, that's the wrong Y direction, so I go the opposite way. And there we go. So now the X would move it front to back, but I don't actually have to move it in the X direction. It was already in the right spot. So again, that's the pointer tool, and that helps you move. If I wanted to move the red cube, I would, now I have both selected. I have to deselect the pink cube by tapping again. There we go. Now I have the red cube selected, and let's say I want to move it side by side with the blue cube. I'd move it one space in the Y direction, and then one space down. Oh, that's the wrong direction. Use the other arrow in the Z axis to go down. So again, tap to deselect, tap to select, and then you can move things into position, which is really helpful when you're trying to be specific. The last thing I want to show you is the rotation tool. Now, I would recommend for today only using the Z-axis rotation, okay? Because things can get kind of hard to look at if you rotate too much. The reason why you might want to rotate the axis is because it's easy to add cubes to the front or the top of a cube, but it's not easy to add to the bottom. For example, if I'm trying to add a yellow cube just below the red cube, I tap, it's really hard to get it in the right spot. Let's try it one more time. Okay, it's hard to get below. So what I might have to do is rotate until I can see, this might be hard to get below. So I'm generally going to advise you to do what it says at the bottom here. It says, when adding cubes, be sure to click on the face of the cube you want to be touching. But the first hint is draw your shape from front to back and from bottom to top. Okay, it's just a lot easier if you build front to back and bottom to top. So always build the bottom first, and always work your way from the background towards the foreground. All right, so you're just going to have fun and create whatever you want today, and when you're done, you're going to create a PDF, okay, of your construction. All right. Oh, one last thing. Sorry. If you notice on the Inspect tab, you've got the X, Y, and Z axis, right? If you keep trying to add cubes too far, you're going to go out of bounds. Like, watch what happens when I keep on adding on the red side. Let's go to the Create, and let's add some green cubes. I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't place an object here. If I go to the Inspect tab, the reason why is because I reached the end of the X-axis in that direction. Okay, so I just ran out of space. So if you get that notification, that's what happened. Let's say I wanted to shift these 6 cubes over, towards the center of the construction. I could use my selector tool, select all of them, slide them along the X-axis a little bit, and then maybe go to my Inspect tab again. Notice I'm not at the edge of the X-axis anymore because I moved them over. All right, hopefully this is helpful. When you get done with your construction, on the Inspect tab, you can actually hit the Print button next to the word Reset View. There's an icon of a printer. If you press that, you can title it. Of course, always put your name and then put your period. I'm going to write period 3. None of you guys have period 3, so don't put that, put your period. And then you hit OK. And it says, do you want to download iso.pdf? You hit download, and nothing happens. You're like, wait a second, where did it go? If you go to your Files app, right, and make sure you click, there's iCloud Drive. On my iPad, there's a folder called Downloads. And if I click on Downloads, you should see the PDF of your drawing. Okay, you can tap on that, and this is what you're going to submit at the end of the class period to show me what you were able to build in the isometric drawing tool.